Hey everyone, Scott and Sheds here. In this video, we're going to be discussing and sharing our thoughts on the Carnival Cheers package. The Cheers package, is it worth it or is it not? All right, we hope that after watching this video, you guys are going to have a better idea on if you want to get the Cheers package, if it's for you or is it not for you for your next cruise. All right, if you do find our video helpful, please hit that thumbs up, support our channel by hitting that subscribe button and that bell notification so you know when we come out with a new video. So we're going to talk about some of the popular questions about the Cheers package. All right, how much does it cost? What's included, what's excluded, and what our opinions are on if it's worth it for us.
So what is the Cheers program and how much does it cost? Well, Cheers program is an all-inclusive beverage program that guests can enjoy a wide range of alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks. So it's a maximum of 15 alcoholic drinks, and non-alcoholic it is unlimited. So how much does it cost? Well, if you are purchasing it pre-cruise, it's $59.95 US dollars and 18% gratuity. And if you decide to purchase it at the last minute, like on the day of your cruise, there's a price difference. It comes up to $64.95 US dollars and 18% gratuity. So if you purchase it before cruise, you save 10%.
Yeah, and also to keep in mind, Shani did mention you can purchase the Cheers package when you're on the cruise, but you only purchase it on day one, embarkation day.
So next question is what's included and what's not included.
All right, Cheers program. All right, you got all types of drinks. You have the sports drinks. You have cocktails, whiskeys, spirits. The beers, including the pour your own beers. I've seen those stations around. I'm not a beer guy myself, but hey, for the beer drinkers out there, it does include that. Also, wine and champagne by the glass. We'll get to the bottle here in a minute. But all those drinks I just mentioned has to be $20 or less.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And like mentioned before, maximum of 15 alcoholic drinks per day. All right. Some other things that this does include is the sodas, including the specialty sodas, zero proof cocktails, commonly referred to as mocktails.
Mm-hmm.
You get unlimited those. Specialty coffees, hot teas served in the main dining room, specialty restaurants and coffee bars. No Starbucks on board, but you can get it from the coffee bar. Normally it's called Java Blue, or some of the older ones are called just the coffee.
Yeah.
The coffee shop. This also includes, and actually in the same spot, milkshakes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, something interesting about that, you can get alcohol in your milkshakes and in your coffees.
You should try those.
All right, let's go on to some of the other stuff that it includes. Energy drinks. They have Rock Stars on Carnival cruises and Celsius. And other non-alcoholic bottled beverages served in the bars and lounges. Like in the Havana bar, they have those sodas in there. Things like that, or the coconut water. You do get a 25% discount off the menu price for any drink that is over $20. And I actually went through one time and I looked. There are a few, not many, but a few. So you also get that same discount for wine and champagne by the bottle. And the last thing you get a discount off of is the beverage seminars and classes.
Mm-hmm.
When we were on the Carnival Celebration, we tried to take part of the alchemy
Mixology class.
Thank you. Alchemy mixology class. They teach you some of the tricks and stuff they use to create those awesome cocktails there at that bar. Let's talk about some of the stuff that it doesn't include. All right. Some of the beverages that are promoted and sold in the souvenir classes, like this. Now, this one we got on our very first cruise way back in like 2016 on the Carnival Ecstasy. A drink inside the cup was paid for, but the glass you had to pay for. So don't be like us. Learn from your mistake, or just be aware of it if you want to take one of those home. Okay. So all those other shot glasses that they'll go around on the piano bar.
They have those at the MDR too during
Formal nights.
Formal nights. Yeah.
That's right. Cheers does not include, or it excludes, the bottles of liquor. Also, beverages purchased off the ship at any port call, including Princess K's and Half Moon K. And this, I will go ahead and tell you, I hate this rule because we have been to both Princess K's and Half Moon K. You have literally the same bottles that are on the ship. They're coming off the ship with you, served by the same bartenders, and guess what? You got to pay for it. But the good news is it doesn't count towards your 15 a day, but still. All right, I digress. Moving on. Sharing cocktails were the floaters, the big tubes of beer, or the buckets of beer. Example of this would be the fishbowl that you can get at the Red Frog Rum Bar, Tiki Bar, and Red Frog Pub. I think I got all three there. Yeah. So you don't get that for free. Sorry, guys. It also excludes freshly squeezed orange juice in the Havana Bar and in the main dining room for brunch. Why? I don't know. Couldn't tell you. But you're going to have to pay for that. I don't agree with it. Again, just letting you guys know. So you don't get had like we did. Also, speaking of the C-Day brunch, especially juices. And I thought, okay, we're on the Cheers program. You know, we didn't do the research. We're like, yeah, go ahead and pay for our drinks. And they're like, oh, would you like a beet and carrot juice thing? I'm like, yeah.
The healthy juices.
Yeah, the healthy stuff. Well, I should have known and stay away from the healthy stuff. But I digress. Purchased it, and when they came back with the receipt saying, hey, yeah, it's, $10 or something. I'm like, no, I'm on Cheers. They're like, oh, we forgot to tell you, it's not part of the program.
So some of the things to consider when getting the Cheers program, I would call it like restrictions, but some of these are like cons too.
Yeah.
So first and foremost, you need to be 21 years old to be able to purchase the beverage program. And also the Cheers program is also non-transferable, so I can't transfer it to another person. And each adult assigned on that stateroom has to purchase the beverage program.
Yeah, so everybody 21 years old and older in that room, you got to purchase it. One person wants to buy it, all four do.
Right. And guests also must purchase the program for the entire duration of their cruise. So you can't just do oh, I'm only gonna do a 3-day out of my 5 days. So it doesn't work like that. No. So if you have a 5-day cruise, a 7-day cruise, the Cheers has to be purchased for the entire duration. Yep. And also for one of the restriction is you can only purchase, let's say I already ordered my cucumber sunrise and I just drink it drink it right away. And then I was like, it's not my 5-minute time limit yet. And I was like, ooh, I want another, maybe the spicy chipotle margarita. I have to wait for 5 minutes before I can order my second drink.
Yeah, I experienced this before because our first cruise, I tried to order a double Jack and Coke. He was like, no, you can't have it up. I'm like, he told me, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Now, through the different ships that we've had and we've been on, we've seen it where somebody does order their cocktail, their Jack and Coke, their Red Hat, and their, something at the alchemy bar.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, can I also get a water with that? And that's totally fine. But on some places, on that same bar on a different ship, you ask for that. They're like, no, you have to wait 5 minutes. So go ahead and enjoy your cocktail before you can sign this receipt. Come back in 5 minutes. So there are some bartenders, I guess you can say, will bend the rules a little bit. But if you definitely try to do 2 alcoholic drinks at the same time, yeah, that's going to be a hard no. Another one that's a little bit confusing, but I'll clarify. You can purchase a round of drink for yourself and your friends. One drink is going to count towards the Cheers program, and the remaining drinks are charged to the other guests on sign account. Those are the words directly from the Carnival website. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you an example of that. We hosted a bar crawl actually on the Carnival Sunshine couple months ago, which, go ahead, go to our channel and check it out if you want. It was a great time. But we had a blast. Met
Yeah.
a bunch of new people. What we do is, I was entertaining everybody. Shedney would jump ahead to the next bar about 10 minutes beforehand and let them know, hey, we're doing a bar crawl. We got like 15 people coming, and we're doing a Washington apple. And that's actually one of the drinks we did at the Atrium bar. So by the time we got there, the shots were either made or almost completely made by the time we got there. So I would come down there, have my entourage, like the 15 people, and I would collect everybody's sale and sign card and be like, okay, there you go. So technically, Shedney ordered it for everybody, but she didn't pay for it. They understood. It's a little bit of gray area, gets a little confusing, but that's really what that means on there. Earlier we had talked about you have to purchase for each day, or you purchase for the entire cruise, sorry, not each day. But there are two exceptions, because why not? Those two exceptions are if you leave from the port over in Texas, Galveston, and the port out of New York, New Jersey. You will not get charged your embarkation day for that Cheers program, but you're going to have to pay for your alcoholic drinks, a la carte, well, your alcoholic and non-alcoholic. So all your drinks are going to get charged on embarkation day. So keep that in mind. You're like, okay, you go and purchase it, leaving out of New York, out of Galveston. Be aware of that. Let's talk about some of the pros. One of the biggest ones is it's going to be stress-free. You've already paid for all of your drinks before you get on board. That way, when it's 9 o'clock at night, you're on your fifth Manhattan, and you're trying to remember, I had this much, and I think I put this much on our card before we went there. Oh no, I did tips. Oh wait, I bought something else on board. You're not trying to do intoxicated math, which is never ends well. So you got the Cheers program. You go in there and just be like, hey, yep, hey, you're at number 9 drink. Appreciate it. Everything's already paid for. It's stress free.
Yeah, so we're on a vacation, so that's like one thing that you don't want to like think about is like, oh my god,
Yeah.
how much money did I spend on my drinks already?
Yeah. Now something else with the Cheers program that is great, that you can try new drinks and you don't have a fear of, oh, I bought it, I don't like it. Now I just paid 12 to 15 bucks for a cocktail that I don't like. On the Cheers program, you can actually try the drink. Like, I don't like this one. Oh, okay, no problem. You want to try something else? No, I'll stick with my usual, Jack and Pepsi. Fix it for you. Boom, you're on your way. So one really big consideration you have to take into account is how many sea days do you have on your cruise? You have an 8-7 day. You're gonna have probably half your days are sea days. You're gonna spend more time on ship. In fact, all your time on ship, because it's a sea day. On port days, you're going to be out for probably half the day. Are you going to have as much time as you would on a sea day to do the math on whatever you drink, beer, wine, mixed cocktails, to kind of break even? That's a question you guys got to ask yourself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you guys what I normally have drink-wise, alcohol and non-alcoholic, on a port day and a sea day, and show you that it is worth it for me. For a typical port day for me, I would get myself a water, especially coffee, from Java Blue. Start the day off right. We come back, we get ready for dinner. We have a little bit, and then we'll go to dinner. Before dinner, what we usually do, it's almost like clockwork. We'll go to the Alchemy bar, get a cocktail or two, depending on the wait time for our table, and then at dinner, I'll usually have 1 cocktail, maybe 2, depending on if it's fast service or not. After that, we usually hang out at the Alchemy bar, meet new friends there, and we'll have maybe about two or 3 or maybe even 4 if I'm feeling froggy that night at the Alchemy bar, and I'll close out the night, and that's typical port day. Now, my sea day, you got to pace yourself a little bit. Again, I wake up in the morning, I'll get a water or 2. I'll grab myself especially coffee. Kind of hang out, maybe go to some of the trivia stuff, some of the stuff that does involve, booze. By noon to about 3 p.m. I'll have about 3 or 4 drinks. We'll go to the Serenity area, the adults only area. We'll lay out by the Lido deck or the back pool, tides pool area, and just maybe roam around the ship a little bit. End of the night is going to end very much like it was for port days. We'll go shower and change into our dinner attire, and have a couple cocktails at the Alchemy Bar. Have a cocktail at dinner. Have about maybe about 2 or 3 more post dinner at a show. Maybe 2 at a show. Go back to the Alchemy Bar. If you couldn't tell, we love Alchemy. On sea days, you're gonna have a whole lot of opportunity to maximize or get as close to that 15 that you want to get. All right, not saying you got to get your 15, but yeah, just to break even. It's easier to do it on the sea days. So you got more sea days, better opportunity. You just got 2 ports in 1 sea day, reconsider it.
Yeah. For a typical sea day and port day for me is start with the sea day. I would get a coffee, a specialty coffee from the Java bar, or when we were at Celebration, the bar 820.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because like Java bar was like always, there's like a long line. And if we're gonna go to a sea day buffet, I would get like a mimosa and then there's no specialty coffee back there, so I would just get a mimosa or like another cocktail. Then I would get another drink from the Lido when we were hanging out by the pool, or the Serenity Bar. And if around past noon, I would get another energy drink or a Celsius. And before dinner, we would go get Alchemy Bar. We would go to the Alchemy Bar, go get a drink. And the smaller ships, there's not that just much selection.
Yeah.
Like that's why we always go to Alchemy. But when we were at Carnival Celebration, we were able to try out so many bars. Mm-hmm. So I was able to maximize. I did not reach my 15 alcoholic drinks, but I made it to 8 drinks. Most of the time for sea days, it would be 5 or 6 drinks for me, maximum of 8. But I do get a lot of specialty coffee, coconut water, bottle of water, milkshakes, those type of stuff. For port days for me, I would just make it to 5 alcoholic drinks, because I've already been drinking at the port too, so I don't want to drink too much. So I would start with a coffee, a specialty coffee before we head out for excursions, and a bottle of water. I'll also get a Celsius with me and take it off to the port. And when we come back, I would get another coffee because you're tired, the sun is wearing you out. Mm-hmm. Or I was just I just needed something to pick me up, that way I can survive by the end of the night. So I would get specialty coffee or another energy drink, and then we go change, we go get our dinner. I would get another cocktail. If we decided to go to the MDR, I'll get another cocktail there. If we're just not gonna go MDR, we're just gonna go to Lido buffet, then get another drink, either from the Red Frog or that Pig Anchor too. Yes, when we were at the Horizon, oh yes, we had some interesting drinks there. Yeah. But most of the time on the smaller ships, we usually go to Alchemy. I would get my 5-6 drinks there.
As you can see, with Shedney, she breaks about even, and of course, because she's in the room with me, she has to get anyways. With me, we actually did the math. We would lose I think it was around $40 or $50 a day if I just purchased a la carte. So we made a decision. We're just gonna purchase the Cheers package because it's worth it. I'm the big drinker of us too.
Yeah.
So maybe you just want 2 or 3 a day, and that's totally fine. And I would say it probably is not for you if you're only gonna have a couple cocktails a day.
Right. Well, that's why I always go to Alchemy Bar, because the drinks, the specialty cocktails, cost $12, $13, $14 in there. And if I want them to, hey, can you make me a a drink like made of watermelon, vodka, like, you know, you can ask those bartenders like, hey, I want this kind of drink, and it's not on their menu. They will make it for you. Which, by the way, we did have a alchemy video where
yeah.
we tried all the drinks from alchemy. So go check that video, and that way you can have like a glimpse of like what those specialty drinks taste like.
Yeah, we sampled everything in there, so, and we told you whether we liked it or not. And like, I'm not a huge vodka guy, but hey, you know, for you guys, I drink some of the vodka drinks.
Yes.
That wraps it up, guys. So, is the Cheers package for you, or is it not? Hey, let us know down in the comments. And have you tried to pay a la carte per drink, and did you come out with money saved? Or did you one time not get it, and then you realize, hey, you know what, I probably should have got it, and then you regret it later? Just let us know down in the comments. Also, stay tuned for our next video where we're actually going to be going on Royal Caribbean for the first time.
Yep, after sailing with Carnival for 6 years now,
Yep.
we finally, I was like, hey babe, do you want to try Royal Caribbean? It's like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you know, just because I have been eating a purple Skittle for 6 years and I want to try a red one does not mean I still don't like purple Skittles.
Yes.
I just want to try a red one. So we'll see how that goes. We're going to be going on the Independence of the Seas in December. So look for that video probably right after the new year. And yeah, we'll give you guys our opinion on that. And I'm sure you guys are going to enjoy that video as well.
Yeah, if you guys have sailed with Independence of the Seas, let us know what bar to try,
Yeah.
like, you know, some tips and tricks, and we would greatly appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, guys.